What's your goal for the team as you look ahead towards this weekend?
Well, it's a great question. As I think I mentioned before, we have we're strong up front. Our three seniors are good. I think they showed that last week at Carlisle. They went out hard. They were able to stay in the front pack. We lost to this kid Affolder, who's one of the best runners in the country, and it was amazing. David and Justin and Joe, our three seniors, went out with him, and they were able to stay with him for about a mile and a quarter. But he's got another gear, and we're not quite ready to run at that level. But I think those three can be very competitive with most of the rest of the field. So our goal would be to get those three guys and hopefully have them finish in the top 25 or 30. David in the top 10, I'm hoping. At number 4, we have Ryan Nicholson, who's sort of on the border of being among those top 3 or maybe having a gap with them. If we can close Ryan with those 3, I think we could do very well at Easterns. The one concern I have is our number 5. We have some juniors with no experience. They've been battling to get that number 5 spot, and that's the issue I have right now that I have to try and figure out, how to close 5 on those 4 people in front of them. If we could do that, I think it would be very competitive on Saturday. If we don't, with the number of good runners in there, that number gap between 4 and 5 could really hurt us if they get a lot of kids in that space. So it'll be my goal to try and get our number 5 guys to close with number 4, and 4 a little bit closer to 3 and 2 and 1. And I think we could do well if we do that. Otherwise, it could be a bit of a long day because I know how tough this race can be. So yeah, we'd like to. Our goal would be to try and get in the top 5. If we can do that, I'll be very happy. But that may be a bit of a stretch.
When you look at your season schedule every year, how important is Manhattan to the team?
Manhattan is it's a benchmark. I think it gives me a sense of what the kids are able to do emotionally. They're under a lot of duress in that race. There's no time to settle in. You're constantly pushed. And though some of them may not be ready speed-wise because of the way we train, I think it prepares them more mentally for the end of the season. And last year was a good example. I think we may have come in 7th or 8th. No, 10th actually. Last year, but by the end of the season, I think it toughened the kids up a little bit, and we ran very well at States. We're very competitively at the Nike regional race at the end of the year, where we came in 4th. So I use this race more as an emotional boost, more than a physical one, to try and get these kids to be able to run in that kind of a race well. I think bodes well for them at the end of the season.
And how important is Manhattan to your team?
I think it's really important because it's a race we've been going in for like the last, I don't know how many number of years. And there's we have 2 big trophies right where we meet every day, and it's kind of like it's a lot bigger than all the other ones. It's kind of like yeah, it's like Saul's in, so it's kind of like something like we want again.
It
motivates us.
Manhattan's a good race to prepare for regionals because a lot of the teams that are in Manhattan will be at regionals. So it's kind of a good test, early season test, to see where we stack up against some of the top teams in the Northeast, like CBA and all those other teams that will be there. So it's really good.
Who's the most important?
And was that a big confidence boost to go over to PA? And Carlisle, maybe not the deepest team, but the Affolder brothers are an insane 1-2 punch. Was that a big confidence boost to go down and take them down the home course?
Yeah, definitely. Taking down the previous winners, Downingtown.
Yeah,
was good.
They're ranked 15th in the nation, so it's definitely good for our confidence to beat someone ranked that high in the nation.
I think
They're
it's
still
also
17th.
I think it's also good for our confidence for our top 3 because we really went out with the Affolders just to see what kind of shape we're in, if we could hang with them. And we hung with them as long as anybody else did. So I think that did a lot for our confidence, knowing that, we can stick for a while with runners as good as the Affolders.
Especially because that was the first time our school's ever won the meet. That was the first Bosco victory at Carlisle, so that was nice.
When you look at what your resume was last year, what's on your bucket list this season that if you lost every meet but had to win one, which meet would you choose?
Regionals.
If we can go to nationals,
Yeah, we really want to go to nationals.
So we've been trying to do that for years. I know every year, this is the year we can do it, but I think this year we actually can because we're consistent and no one bombs like we had last year.
Yeah, but we've always fallen apart at regionals for some reason. I think we can hold it together this time.
This group is really solid. Of course, you guys have a really strong team behind you. Who are some of the rising stars we got to watch here at Don Bosco?
Ryan Nicholson, Matt Hartman, Devin, O'Loughlin,
Kieran Ungama,
June,
and Pat Don.
and Pat. They're all juniors.
So hopefully when we leave, we'll leave the program in good hands
Yeah.
for the future.
We got a lot of juniors.
Awesome. Perfect. Thanks, guys.
Yep.